Hello everyone, welcome to the Stealing Insight YouTube channel. So today we'll be talking about a new topic called quadratic equation. Quadratic equation can be solved in about 4 different ways. You can use the factorization method. We can use completing the square method. We can use graphical method, and the last one is quadratic formula. Now, for the quadratic formula, we know it as almighty formula in Nigeria. I don't know if any other country also call this almighty formula, but we will also be using the completing the square method to arrive at the so-called almighty formula, despite the fact that God is the only almighty. So quickly, I'll be starting with a question, and the question will be x squared plus 7x plus 12 equals to 0. So we'll be using factorization method to solve this question. How does it go? When you're talking about factorization, you're looking for factors. From the word factorization, you speak from the word factors. So the first thing you need to do is to actually get the product of these two things. The product of 12x squared, and then the sum of 7x. Meaning, you're looking for two factors in which, if you multiply these two things together, you're going to get 12x squared. And if you add the same thing together, you are going to get 7x. So what can the two things be? The first thing you can use here is 2. If you use 2 to divide 12, you're going to have 6 and 2. 6 plus 2 can never give you 7, so it can't be that. The next thing is 3. 3 divided by 12 divided by 3 is 4. 4 times 3 is 12, and that will be 12. Then 4 plus 3 is 7. So it means the factor we're going to be using here will be 4x and 3x, right? Okay. So we can now decide to expound the middle number with this, since we've already seen that it's now being expansive in that manner. X squared plus 4x plus 3x plus 12 equals to 0. By the time you merge these two up to find the factor, what's common in x squared and 4x is x. What will be left if you remove x from x squared? It will be x. When you remove x from 4x, it will be 4 plus 3. The factor here will be 3 because 3 is common. What will be left is x plus 4 equals to 0. Now, from what we can see, you realize that you will now see that x plus 4 are common factors that have been separated by the plus sign here. So you can easily bring out x plus 4 as a common factor. If you bring out x plus 4 from here, what will be left will be x. If you bring out x plus 4 from here, what will be left will be plus 3. That's equals to 0. So with this, you can say x plus 4 equals to 0, or x plus 3 equals to 0. Then x equals minus 4 or minus 3, or you put hand. And that's the answer to that question. Okay, we're having 2k squared plus 5k minus 3 equals 0. So when you see a question like this, all you need to do, you are looking for the product of these two. Product of 2k squared times minus 3 will give you minus 6k squared. Then the sum of 5k. So what are the two things involved here? You need two values that when you add them together, you get 5k. When you multiply them together, you get minus 6k squared. For you to have this negative sign, it means the two factors are going to be positive and negative. So we are going to be minus and plus the two factors, because minus times plus will give you minus, and that's the only reason you have minus here when you consider the product of the two numbers. So if you divide this by 1 times 6 will give you 6. So if you consider 6 and 1, will 6 and 1 give you 5? Yes, if you're considering these two. Now, since it is a positive 5, it means 6 will be positive and 1 will be negative, meaning 6 minus 1 plus 6 will give you 5, and 6 minus 1 will give you 5. The next thing for us to do is that we now impute it here. This minus 1 is still the same thing as saying k, and this is the same thing as saying 6k. So we're having 2k squared minus k plus 6k minus 3 equals 0. This is a common factor, this is a common factor. Yeah, you look for the common factor here, rather, the common factor here. So the common factor here is k, 2k minus 1, plus the common factor here is 3, 2k minus 1 equals to 0. The common factor between these two is now 2k minus 1, then k plus 3 equals 0. Now, 2k minus 1 equals to 0, or k plus 3 equals to 0. Then this will be 2k equals to 1, or k equals minus 3. K equals 1 over 2, or minus 3. So that's the answer to k. I hope you enjoyed the class, and the question ahead of the next class will be 2m squared minus 3m minus 7 equals 0. Thank you for joining the Stealing Insights. Try as much as possible to lay your hand on this question and let us hear from you. Ensure to like, share, and subscribe. Bye.